Hey everybody, welcome to 20 Sides to Every Story. My name is Casey. Tonight we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, original adventure reincarnated version of Dark Tower, the upcoming release from Goodman Games. And tonight we got some stuff going on because the party has finally accomplished their main quest line. They are ready to deliver a giant ball of belts to the statue Mighty Sam right there. Number 1 on the list. And I think I may have accidentally muted the players for myself. One moment. No. Players, make some noise.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Okay.
hello, hello.
There we
Hello?
go. It was just a little bit silent. So, what the party is currently doing is they have made their way into a circular room. Inside that circular room, there is a statue. That statue is colored rather creatively in, an interesting fashion selection. He has got pale blue skin, an impressive white beard, yellow knickers, a vibrant green vest, a fancy purple shirt, a red pillbox hat, and a broom. Now, you know from previous experience that that pillbox hat can hold a large number of belts, and that Mighty Sam will give you belts in exchange for belts, and I believe that was the goal at the moment, to come on back and exchange the belts. The party fought off a fairly sizable gathering of minions of evil, including several demonic and fiendish foes. They defeated a couple of werebears. They found the wall of flame trap, and they made their way through the darkened hallway back up through the goblin area into the Hall of Mighty Sam. Now, all about the place, there are a large number of rats, giant rats, and cave beavers lurking about the place. There's fewer of them now that they've made it to this area, but there's a very rare time when you can't look around and spot a pair of beady eyes keeping a watch over you. But they are trying their best to keep their distance, aside from those that get overwhelmed by greed because the giant ball of belts you're carrying is sitting atop a small dragon's hoard of jade, stones, and gems, which is atop a floating disc trailing along behind the players. Was that cave beavers? It is indeed cave beavers. Cave beavers were discovered early on in the session and have now been confirmed. Offspring of Avala. And so, we turn it over to the party. Mighty Sam has not yet animated yet. He's still in Mighty Sam pillbox hat and broom pose. What's the party doing as we walk into the room? We'll just throw it open. Who'd like to say what's going on?
We're here to deliver belts.
I mean, keep it short and keep it sweet. The party has amassed a collection of somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 100 belts at this point. From the remains of the zombies, the remains of the caravan owners, the cultists themselves, a number of goblins and other were creatures contributed. You've got a fair-sized pile. Sam looks at you. He's like, I demand... Oh, hey, welcome back, guys. Wow, is that for me?
Who else?
We made a promise.
You're the best. I mean, I thought I would be here forever, but, takes off his pillbox hat and he's like, all right, bring him over and... I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but are you sure that's a belt and not just some rope? Because I believe the party was a little bit generous with their definition of belts, but...
Most of them are belts.
This zombie was wearing this around his waist to hold his pants. It constitutes as a belt of sorts. for the zombie.
It's fashion.
I guess I
And
don't
you've
have
heard of
anything to
fashion.
gain from arguing with you, so sure, why not? So you bring over the belts, and there's a whole mess of them in there. And as we lead off, what we'll get to do is ask each member of the party to roll me 1d100. You would like to roll as high as possible. A 7 is not as high as possible on a 1d100, but it's a valiant effort. 54 is middling.
A middling.
39's lower than middling. 82 is quite good.
Redemption.
Poor Blitz is not here right now.
Oh yeah, he said something was at the door.
Oh, okay. Then as soon as he gets back.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Bell,
welcome
Somebody
back.
was at the door.
Please go ahead and give me 1d100 as you start feeding endless supplies of belts into Mighty Sam's pillbox hat.
This roll determines our fate. Roll well.
36. Okay. So you start getting belts. Pulling them out of the pile, handing them over. He slides them down. As he slides them into the hat, they just Mary Poppins their way in. He reaches in, rummages around, pulls out another belt, and just starts passing them back and forth for you. There's a few that you haven't seen that kind of unusual in nature. But nothing that jumps out at you. It's magical or particularly well maintained. In fairly short order, you start seeing belts that you're pretty sure you just handed over that are coming back out again. You're sort of overstuffing the odds. Eventually, though, as they're being passed around, one comes out that's a wide belt and enormously long. It had to belong to a giant or other creature at some point. And Sam sort of looks at it, like, huh. And he hands that one over, grabs the next one, dunks it in. You look over that big, broad belt, and you can see that carved into it, not at time of manufacture, but sometime later than that, just kind of scratched into the surface, are like a stick figure depiction of. It's probably not words. It could be a naughty comic. I'm going to need somebody to give me some sort of, what is this thing that I'm looking at? I'm thinking maybe a history, maybe a perception, perhaps an investigation. Who wants to make the decoding attempt?
Blitz is good. Has a lot of historical knowledge. If it's a dirty comic, you probably won't get it, though. Oh.
14's good. So as you sort of check it out, and I believe Blitz was involved in the decoding of the maps recently, and this leads you to believe that, okay, this is a top-down depiction of this room, and then there's a depiction, okay, that's where that hole is right there, and then there's oh, okay, that's supposed to be like a treasure chest thing. Okay, treasure down the hole. Pretty sure that's the way you're supposed to read this thing.
Oh, that's where the dirty comic part comes in. That explains it. We went down that.
It's a lie.
Haven't we gone down there before? That's where we found the bears, right?
Sure did.
Okay.
Is this some sort of prank?
I mean, wasn't the treasure in the friendships we found along the way?
I don't want to hear that one. We already made that like months ago. I don't know what you're talking about. Clearly, we're not good enough friends with the bear guy because we didn't join his super evil cult. So can we truly call him our friend?
To each their own.
You didn't see any treasure chests down there, did you, Andry?
No, I don't think so.
You think it was under the bears? Because there's some pirate lore that like X marks the spot, and then you got like skull and crossbones, and I'm seeing that right there. What if it's like underneath the bears?
The bears are sleeping on top of it.
Holy
That makes sense.
shit!
As
Somebody go back down?
as you're like looking at the scribbles, and you're like, oh, that is a skull. I'll check that out. Yeah, there's a skull indication right over the treasure chest.
Oh,
It looks like,
this belt means death.
maybe someone had tried to put like a red dye on there, but it didn't take. So it's probably a red skull of some sort.
That seems safe. Is
Maybe
there
it represents the blood from all the times people got mauled by bears trying to get this.
Is there any other defining kind of characteristics? Like, Blitz was able to point out, okay, this is the room, this is the hole, there's a treasure. Is there anything to kind of orient where it might be, or not? Besides what we've already seen.
No, nothing more than basically treasured down this hole. So basically the circle of this room, just enough of sort of an outline to say that that's the room beside it, that's the room above it, and then sort of like a treasure here sort of mark. And as you're having this conversation, Sam's just happily continuing to feed belts in, pull belts out, feed belts in, pull belts out. Eventually, he gets through the whole pile, and you have about the same size pile as you had before, but with different belts now scattered in there. Some fashionable, some not.
Do you say that the size of that belt, it could be for a giant?
Oh, yes, definitely. Something as Andry gets big, in that size range.
That's a big belt.
Yeah. I mean, it arguably could have gone on one of the, statues of Set, or anything else. There's been a couple of big ones down in here, but it's of that size.
So you still have no idea what the belt you're looking for looks like, Sam, in any capacity.
I mean,
0.
It's not going to look like any of those belts. Is basically what I mean. I would think probably lion motif, but it could be hiding. I mean, I haven't found it yet, so it could be in disguise.
A belt in disguise. Huh.
Or a bit thinner, you could wear this ring. Has a lion on it.
It could be a belt for fairy.
I'll put it in the hat.
No.
Probably not. No.
We haven't exhausted all of our options yet, okay?
That does feel like you were just teasing me there a little bit for no good reason, but okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
what is a ring but a belt for the finger?
I think it's a ring.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is a belt for a waist.
I'm trying to think. What was it with the belt? It would make him no longer a statue. Was that the goal of it? Or?
Yeah. So I was dying, and I was calling out for. I had so much more to live for, and I called out, and the one who answered was Set, but and dyers can't be choosers, so he was like, "You find me this belt, and I'll turn you back to flesh, and living flesh." I got the deets, but in the meanwhile, this is me.
Mm.
So it was this room that you were dying in?
No, I woke up here as a statue. It was a long time ago. Where was I? In a cave somewhere.
A cave.
I'm gonna look down the hole again. Kind of cave-like.
Kind of cave. It's got bears.
That's true.
Should we look
Cave
down there
beavers
again?
occasionally creeping past.
Those
We can
dang
look-
cave beavers.
We can look down there again, but it seems to me, if I'm recalling correctly,
I think our bear friend was down there too, right?
Yes.
Yep. So I think Andry and Tann had snuck their way down there. Snuck. and landed amidst the bears. There was a bear trap deployed, which was an interesting choice. And then as the bears got grumpy, you skedoodled up to escape. At some point later, you met Azure the Evil and his buddy Cromac, who apparently own and have mascots of the bears. A little fast talking on the party's side. Convinced Cromac and Azure that it was the goblins, I believe you blamed it on, and that you had dispatched the goblins, and that seemed to resolve the problem. Azure invited you to join his dark army of darkness in help of, freeing his people.
And he came through here, right?
Azure climbed up from down below.
Oh, he climbed up through here?
Climbed up from there. I don't believe the party has yet been north or east from this room. Set of double doors north, set of double doors east.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it might do us well to do maybe a short rest here. I can cook us up some dinner before we do anything. Seems that this place is somewhat protected.
I could eat.
I'm fine with
It
that.
sounds, yeah, that sounds good to me.
What about you, Sam? Can you eat?
I cannot. He sort of like opens his mouth and takes his finger and just pokes the back of his mouth where it's just like a,
Okay.
curvy bit.
Right.
I mean, I'm a good statue, but they can only do so much.
But do you smell the food? Because you can talk, but can you smell it? So if he cooks something he has an amazing chicken cashew that's really spicy and it's the best thing I've ever had. It smells amazing. It's not gonna torch you at all, is it?
It's like, no, but
That description does.
about 30 years ago, I felt like I had to sneeze, and I haven't sneezed since. I can't even, and he takes his finger and he just taps the bottom of his nose where there's just a little divot. It doesn't actually go in. I can't even scratch. It's the worst.
Oh,
They don't
no.
tell you this stuff about being a statue.
Blitz will produce a drill. Would you like some nostrils?
He's like, nah, it's okay. It actually, any damage that's done doesn't really last that long. So,
You regenerate?
yeah. I mean, reassemble more like it. It's weird. It's not a great feeling.
Wait, so people have come down here and beat you up?
Well, not everybody's as charitable and, honest, upright, heroic as you all are. There's some who just won't give me their belts and we get into a scrap. Every once in a while there's somebody who's, stronger than me. It's a little embarrassing, but it happens. And, I've gone to pieces a few times. After a while, I just pull myself back together, get back on the pedestal. You know how it is.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, is by your boot pebbles.
Yes. Those things.
Nice. I mean, strange, but nice. But also, yeah. We
What?
still get to talk to you.
Yes. Just keep bringing those. Eventually, one of these belts has got to be the right one. Eventually.
We'll find more belts.
You could scour the entire globe for every belt in existence. One of them will be the belt you're looking for.
Gotta hope.
Unless Set lied to him.
He's been known to. It's sort of his thing, but at the same time, he doesn't get a belt out of it. And I've been here as a statue, not dead. Mostly not dead.
What if the joke is he made the belt you're wearing right now, but instead it's made of stone, so you can't take it off because it's a rock.
Oh, that sounds like something
That
you do.
would be that would definitely be something Set would do.
I don't. I mean, it's rock, so I couldn't get it in the hat. I'll give that one some thought. Maybe next time I go to pieces, I'll try stuffing it in the hat.
Excellent.
While they are conversing
Hmm?
with him, I'm going to get started on. We're doing a short rest here. I'll get started on cooking up food, get my cooking utensils out, and
Sure, sounds good.
start making a little something.
So as a little bit of time passes, could I have from the party a fateful D6? We're going to need 2 of these back to back. One of the D6s will get you 30 minutes. The other D6 will get you another 30 minutes. 6 is
Ooh.
30, so food prep is underway. And a 3 is another
Oh, somebody
set.
beat me. Good.
Oh. And
I will
thankfully,
save us.
Tahir snuck it in there ahead of time. So, short rest does pass. Please feel free to expend hit dice and such things. Recover if you recover. And that's where that hour will go. Sam is happy for the company. Continues the conversation along.
Oh wow. Nice roll.
Ooh, nice. Now you do
Everybody
see...
gets 8.
You do see, rats occasionally peering in from that eastern hallway and from that rubble area up to the western hallway and the rubble area to the north and the west. Just kind of keeping an eye on you as you go along.
Is this 8 per hit dice or just flat 8?
It is just a single flat 8.
Feel pretty good.
Pretty good.
I still have the temp hit points from the last battle. I somehow didn't get hit. Do I still keep those, or how long do they last for?
What was that?
The temp hit points from your thing, would they have gone away by now? Like, I kind of left them and forgot about them.
No, the temporary hit points will last until we do a long rest.
Okay.
So
I kind of forgot about them when we lost our character sheets for a little bit, so I never did anything with it. I was like, oh, it's still there.
I'll get a couple of first level spell slots on a second bag.
Sounds good. Now, away from the party, as we were getting into last session, the party did rescue several of the caravan members. They are now holed up with Cornelius and the others up in that little kind of cubby area there. In the town above, you've got some of the cultists that have agreed to be reasonably friendly with you, and a bunch of rats running around. Some bodies have been set fire to, and I think the other thing that we had outstanding was the recovery or the destruction of the body of Avarkus, which has not been managed yet. Other than that, there's a list of things to do. What is the next thing that the party would like to do?
All right. If we're gonna go off of my list that I have here, we got rid of a few of them already, but there's always more to happen, and this is just based on the current information we got right now. So number 2 is there's so many fucking hidden rooms in this place, dude. I don't even know where to start. That's number 2. We can go to so many of them, but that's that point. Number 3, of the third most importance, there's some were-rats. We should probably get rid of them. They're causing a little mischief. Probably don't want that around. And number 4, I mean, that Naga dude is just still chilling out in his little circle room of death for them, I guess. But I have a plan for that when we get there.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna need you. Any points to Dahrian? You're the key to this.
Oh. Elaborate.
When we get there, this is only goal 4.
Okay. You're gonna tell me when we get there what you need, what
Yes.
you need of me. Okay.
Yes, because that would ruin the surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the lowest number that I heard in the list was maybe 2?
Yes, because number 1 was the bells.
So
Scratch
the
that
party
off.
plans on doing.
I'm
That was
leaning.
the secret doors.
There was
number
the
two?
secret doors and the rats. I'm kind of leaning towards the rats because if they were kind of peeking in on us while we were resting, then maybe they're bringing intel back to the daughter.
This is putting so much problems in my list. Oh,
Or I mean, we could go check out some secret rooms too. I think
But-
that'd be my number one choice,
eh,
but I also
eh.
feel like it would be most cautious.
hey man,
Do
maybe
that.
we could kill like 2 birds with 1 stone here. I mean, we can kill 2 rats with 1 fireball if we really think about it. Maybe they're hiding in a secret room, and then that way we
Oh.
cross off 2, and then we can cross off 3. Bam!
Kind of like how the earlier we hit two dead bodies with 1 fire, because when we were looking for the bodies and trying to find the rats, we also ran into them at the same time because they were the ones who were bringing it back to life. We're like, oh well, this kind of worked out. Oh boy, they're tough. Sorry, I kind of got lost there for a second, but it kind of worked out. I like it. Let's roll with it.
But there's one thing I do gotta know. Hey Blitz, just a quick question for you. What do you mean when you want to take a sample of somebody? What does that mean? Why is you just
Samples?
staring at me? Yes, you. You're always like, I must take you for a sample, or I need you for an experiment. You say that a lot. I just want to know what you mean, because
Should we be
it's
concerned?
weirding me out, dude. You're not gonna like do that to me, right?
You have not exhibited traits, which I
Oh,
feel I may offend you if I finish this sentence.
go on. You're already halfway there.
My prime directive is to gather information, and bring it back to those
I think
who
what
sent
he's
me.
saying is to hear you're not that interesting.
How dare you? I'm like the most interesting guy here.
Tann is gonna go over and just kind of like pat him on the back and like kind of give like the camaraderie like shoulder squeeze, be like, it's okay, man, you're interesting to me.
I mean, what do I don't got. I can't walk on walls. I can't turn into rats. Can't do that. I'm just.
Dude,
I'm
you
just
can
a
teleport
wizard
places.
who went-
you
I'm
can
just a wizard who
teleport.
wants to be a fighter. Man, that's not how this works.
I think you're
Just
doing a
another
really good job
fighter.
at it.
I find you very interesting on a personal level.
Oh, but not to sample level. I get it. I'm too bland. I'm too basic. I get it. Well, look at this guy. He could just move a little farther. Not interesting, huh? It's fine. I don't need to be a sample.
I love that this is making Tahir so upset. I want to be a guinea pig.
You can see, like, as this conversation degrades a little bit, Sam's like back in his pose, but like his eyes just like flicker down to look at, and then look back up, like, I'm a statue. Not gonna get
Hold-
involved. Just a statue.
Hold the pose. Hold the pose. Poor Tahir.
Anyways, I'm all for looking for somewhere rats.
All right, so let's narrow down sort of the options here. There are 6 obvious exits from this room.
Well, I guess if we take the bait that he was putting out earlier, we have not checked out the room to the east and that door to the north.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like there's like these 2 exits right next to each other. Okay, yeah, so that northernmost and then the easternmost. We could check out one of those first. Oh, was where when we're seeing rats kind of poking in and out earlier, you said they were coming from here, or is there a
Correct.
different spot?
Yep.
Okay.
So they were popping their heads in from over in the western side over here, and as well
Mhm.
as from where the goblin barracks were up here.
Oh.
So you just see like little rat bodies like whoop, and then duck out, and then whoop, and then duck out.
Maybe we need to go that way then. Or
Follow the
because
rats?
right? Because where the rats are, there'll be more rats, right?
And there's more rats. Where would the rats be?
With the cave beavers.
I was going for a were-rat joke, but everyone missed it. Now I know I'm not special enough. Anyways, maybe they're leading back to their parents or something. I don't know. Why do I try?
Tann's just gonna give him a hug. I think he needs it.
I think it's a great idea. Let's follow the rats. Maybe they'll lead us back.
It's okay, dear. Yeah, let's find some rats. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think-
I guess. Oh, yeah. Watch out for the statue. Wait. No, sorry. I was thinking back to the ogres, and I got confused. Never mind. But yeah, we gotta watch out for that statue because it'll block our path and trap us in. It'll be scary.
Correct.
Sure. So I think I heard northwest rubble
I was
area?
thinking, yeah, maybe this way.
Okay. So you start making your way up there. You can see the area where you fought with the goblins and the wargs some time ago. The bodies have been pulled out of here and scattered about elsewhere. But you can see signs that the rats have been all over the place in here. As you move towards them, they all sort of like move out of your way, making sure to duck behind walls and that sort of thing. They've seen you make fire, lots of fire. So they're like, nah, we know where not to be. You can see them burrowing into the loose earth of the walls, ducking under beds, bending their way around, and basically staying out of your way. But if you would go ahead and move yourself in the direction you wish to go. And then, if I could have one of those fateful D6s, please.
Who's got this one?
All right. You make your way into the room, as we described. Rats are kind of getting out of your way. Now, to the north, there's that kind of misty, watery veil that sort of covers and deadens the sound that from the next room. You know, in that next room, there is a posing ogre, but that hasn't happened again yet. What are we doing here in the Goblin Barracks?
We don't see any rats shuffle anywhere other than just hiding.
They're moving away from you, so some went south, some went north. Maybe some sort of like a survival or animal handling or something.
Intimidation or
I mean, if you want to make them run faster, you can just stomp real hard.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I got the charisma stuff and stealth.
Andry,
Okay.
yeah, you see that they're just kind of scattering to stay out of your way, especially you. But no real indication as to what way there might be more or less of them at the moment.
Well, when Tann and I went on our super special secret mission to go blow up some bodies, we did see where the ogre was, or at least the misty veil of it, but from the right
Yeah.
side.
We ended up over here, right? Because I feel like this path looks familiar, but I don't know if I'm getting them
Kind of-
flipped.
Nope. Yep.
Yeah.
That seems accurate to you. If you were to go north and then east, you would probably be where those rats were carrying the bodies and where you turned the inferno on.
It seems like a good place to start.
Yeah, and
Just
now we
back
know.
through that door.
Did you say there was a mist here?
Yes, there's sort of a misty fog that blocks each of the entrances. So from where you are now, you can't see the ogre statue, and you recall, if you wait too long, stone walls appear just behind those misty barriers.
Right. And just to triple check, this mist is not the purple
It
mist.
is not
it was
violet.
Just
It is like
Okay.
a bluish gray.
Gotcha. Okay,
Oh.
so yeah.
Let's be quick about it. Don't want to get trapped again. That was really long and tiresome.
Yes. I will go first, and I will move quickly through the eastern mist.
Sure. Give me a quick
And I-
D6 as you go to move through the mist.
Uh-oh. Forcing the one roller to... Hey, all right.
You move through, and as you move through, you see that the rats are moving. Some were headed away to the west; those reverse course very suddenly, and then start running to the north. The ones heading to the east are kind of staying ahead of you. You take a look at the rats. You take a look at the ogre. You're like, wait, if the rats have been in here for a few seconds, and the ogre's been in here for a few seconds, and I've been in here for a few seconds, could I have a dexterity saving throw from you, please?
This is likely bad.
A 6 is likely bad. Could I have a D4 from you, please? A 4. Over on the western side, the reason that the rats are basically running out of that area, they're no longer able to exit that way, is because one of those stone walls has appeared. The rats, it seems, have been triggering the trap. The eastern wall doorway still seems okay as you start to make your way towards it, but the ogre is in posing mode at the moment.
I say run fast. You said there was nothing here, right?
Nothing there yet.
Okay, and I rush through.
You got it. Who is
I
the...
s-
Can I
I'll go.
open this door? Whoa, where the hell did I go?
I still see you. Oh, now you've jumped somewhere.
Now he's gone. Oh, I found you. I found him. I'll bring him back. Bam!
He Kool-Aid manned it just right through the wall.
As that's happening, Andry opens a door, revealing a north-south hallway that connects to the area. And Andry, you see Dahrian kind of like leap through the mist and land. Dahrian, where you just come out to, there are some charred bodies on the ground. Tann and Tahir's work. Some of them have been nibbled by the rats, and some rats are scampering away. Most of them are heading north up that passageway on that side. The others decide not to take the trapped route and instead move along the path on the inside. And eventually the rats trickle out, and you can see that the stone walls are starting to fade. But yes, the rats are activating that trap. To the north, passage winds up, and you know that comes out where you dealt with some lizards in the past. To the east, what you can see is what looks like the wall of a large kind of circular building, and a tunnel or passageway carved into the ground, moving along it. Andry, as you sort of move into that area there, the corridor ended in an intersection, the passage continuing to the left to the right, curving out of view. One side of the hall is finished stone, although it sports a worn groove at a height of about 5 feet. The opposite wall, the one you're looking towards, is glass white stone with a similar groove about 5 foot off the floor. A third groove bisects the floor of the passageway that you are walking along. And we got some north and south area to display here. Boop, boop, boop.
I get that part about the grooves again.
Sure.
Just trying to picture it.
The finished stone wall, basically, as you walk in, it would be the thing behind you, is got a worn groove at about a height of about 5 feet. The opposite wall, the one kind of curved in the center, glass white stone, has a similar groove at a height of about 5 feet, and a third groove bisects the floor.
And that groove kind of the width of that groove is these two lines here.
It's about those 2 lines there, yep.
Okay.
And a similar sized groove in each wall.
In each wall. Yep.
Is it round? As if maybe like a giant round boulder goes through there or something? Or I mean,
How about an investigation check?
Okay.
That
Ooh.
is a very good assessment, and it is confirmed by a giant round boulder approaching at high speed from behind Andry. The
Stand
boulder
back,
is
Andry.
10 foot in diameter. It is steel, and the thing that's freaking you out a little bit as you look towards it, it is completely silent. You do not hear it. You're like, huh, this looks like there's a great big ball, and you just see this steel ball approaching, making no noise towards Andry. Andry, I need you to give me a 2 or 3 word, what are you doing right now in the next 10 seconds? 10?
Hopping back.
Excellent. You hop back. Whoosh. Zoosh. The ball, no noise off the ball, but you can hear the wind coming in its wake as it moves past you. It's moving pretty quick. A good, 120 feet every 6 seconds-ish.
Blitz is gonna start counting just as soon as it passes, just
Sure.
to see how long until it comes again. If assuming it comes again.
Yeah.
Calculus. I love it.
It continues cycling around. It is moving at a speed, and that speed is quite fast. And it takes about 30 seconds for it to do whatever it's doing and come back around again.
So you said how big is the ball? What's
10 foot diameter.
10-foot diameter, so all the way across.
Yep.
And then how big, as it's kind of when it passes by, is there a way to see, like, is the room is square-ish, correct?
Sure. The room is squarish. The roof is a little bit taller than where the ball is. So you would say there's probably a 5 foot or so gap at the top. And then there's the ball, and then there's the floor. It looks like the ball has kind of been working its way down. And that's probably where that groove is slowly working its way down. So this ball's just been spinning for a real long time.
You know how, like, if you were to try to fit a round thing into a square thing, there's a little bit of a triangle-y space? How
Sure.
big is that triangle-y space?
I mean, I'm sure somebody could tell us the actual number, but I would say it's a really tight squeeze down there at the bottom. You could maybe manage that if you were tiny. As a smaller, medium person, you'd have to make some sort of Dexy check. The ceiling would be reasonably safe, so Tann, you could, probably stick to the ceiling and just effectively duck upwards. But for the rest of you...
Prone. Ceiling prone.
Yeah, ceiling prone. For the rest of you, I probably need something to get through this area.
Do we wait for it to come back around and perhaps follow it?
Maybe it's best if we let Tann take this lead first, because he's the most safest at doing this.
It takes 30 seconds to...
30 seconds.
Perhaps he could
God,
just be an
that's
absolute.
fast.
Perhaps it just be a death trap, and it's nothing, but just murder.
I mean, yeah, I could go check it out to make sure if it is or is not death trap.
Sure.
I have
And
no problem doing that.
Tann, as you go to check out whether it is or is not death trap, I think what we're talking about is you kind of stick into the ceiling. The ball will pass underneath you every 30 seconds or so. That part, no problem. You've got the ceiling sticky ability. But what I'm going to need to ask as you enter into that area is for a fateful D6.
Oh. Here we go.
Galaxian player reroll. Thank you very much.
Oh. Thank you. Got a 6 on the die.
6 on the die. Okay. You make your way into that area. You stick yourself up to the ceiling. You can see there's a couple of rats chilling up here with you as well as a couple of spiders, that sort of thing. But they all basically seem to be of the, how about we don't make trouble for each other when there's a giant death ball down below? Cool, cool. They get out of your way. You don't mess with them. Everybody seems all right about this. But giant death ball.
Careful steps.
Whoosh. Actually, no whoosh. Just, I want to make whooshing sounds, but it doesn't make a whooshing sound.
Well, I mean, I guess the wind would make a whoosh because you mentioned that the wind that follows.
It makes I want it to make a lot of noise, but it doesn't. It's just very quiet.
So interesting. I'm curious if when the ball goes by, I'll once I'm on the ceiling and it passes by. When it passes by, I want to just talk and say things. Am I quiet too when it goes by?
Ooh, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. That button. Oh, 22.
So you do not get quiet as it goes by, but you do pick up that when you sort of echo at it, it's dead. It is silent. It does not echo back at you. So you would guess that it has a silent spell on it, but it is very close to it, muffling just the ball. So the slap back or the echo back you would get off the floor doesn't happen or is muted. But it's not a big effect.
Right, so it's not a silent spell in this hallway. It is something attached to the ball.
You got it.
Okay.
And you
all right.
you crushed it with that perception check. Otherwise you wouldn't have noticed. But yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I will. If it is okay, I guess I'll start going this way.
Sure. You start making your way around to the south. As you do so, you're going to see a little bit more area here.
I feel like, even though there's a death ball in here, may I go stealthily?
I feel like you could try and go stealthily. Let's see a stealthy check.
Okay. Roll. 23.
That's pretty good. You make your way along. You can see after about a quarter turn of the hallway that there is a passageway headed off to the south. Now that passageway is at about the 10-foot level, so you'd have to come out of your safety zone, but you got 30 seconds to come around. That shouldn't be a problem for you at all. That hallway dips a little bit to the south. You're not quite to the point, now you are, where you would be able to see.
Sorry.
That's all right. Where you'd be able to see down into that, and therefore you can see some stuff heading away south from there.
Okay.
The
All right.
words you're not supposed to see. There you
Oh.
go.
Okay. I guess when it is safe, he'll continue past this zone. I will ask, looking at it, is it lifted off the floor at all, or is it proper hallway flush with the circle room?
So it looks as though the hallway leading into the circle room dips down where the ball has kind of been compressing this down there, but it's enough of a slope. It's not like a step down. It's kind of just been crushed down.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, then he will keep circling.
Cool. Another quarter turn around and you see a hallway leading off to the eastern side.
Whoosh, silent whoosh.
Silent whoosh. That hallway leading off to the eastern side, down that hallway, you see a pair of double doors off to the northern side, and then the hallway continues along for a ways. You've got fairly spectacular dark vision, I believe.
I think it's 60 feet.
Just 60 feet? 5, 10, 20,
Yeah.
30, 40, 50, 60. So down about that range is where you can see.
Okay, there's another set of doors over there.
Set of doors over there.
Okay. car. Right. Once again, when it's safe, he'll continue his loop.
All right. And as the loop continues, we'll go ahead and do the reveal of the rest of the area here. You're going to discover a passageway on the northern side, and that northern passageway bends along to the east. Now, as that exploration has been happening, the party's been standing still for a little while in this intersection. So I need to check back in with the primary chunk of the party and ask them for a fateful D6.
Who feels lucky?
You got this, Dahrian. I believe in you. Redemption.
All right. Yes.
4, all right. Little rats are coming in and peeking at you, but nothing immediately threatening. Now this little circuit's going to take 4 or 5 minutes at least to do the circuit there. Probably more like 10 to 15 by the time Tann's done the full investigation there. Anything happening with the party that I should know about during that time?
With my superior dark vision,
Sure.
I'll just be moving to this spot
Mhm.
quietly, standing, in the dark or whatever, and just watching up this long hallway just to make sure nothing comes down in this.
Sure. You keep an eye out of that. You do see the rats moving about and other small critters, but nothing of an immediate threat set. Tahir, Blitz, Andry, anything from you?
Blitz might be studying this wall here to see if we were to need to get rid of that ball, if we could destroy this wall and cause it to kind of fly off, maybe over here. I doubt we'll need it, but I mean that's what he would probably be doing, is trying to figure out if, in case the ball needed to be neutralized, maybe we could catch it in this little pocket here.
Give me. Let's call this one an Arcana. Okay, so you're looking at the wall, you're looking at the ball, look at the wall, look at the ball. You've been doing your counts to see what the speed of this is. You eliminate the possibility of mechanical. So this is not a purely mechanical trap. There is magic involved in here because the ball's been moving at a constant speed around in a circle with what's obviously resistance coming from the floor. And you're like, if we're gonna do something to stop this ball, we will have to effect it dramatically, and it would take a lot to dig out a channel deep enough to divert it. Maybe, but that's a large number of cubic feet of stone and dirt that you would have to deal with to make it prefer that track rather than the one it sort of dug itself down into. Cool. And round and round and round it goes, and eventually, as it comes around, I think Tann comes around. So you will see Tann approaching on the ceiling from the distance. And then what happens?
Tann will inform them of the hallways that he saw. Would he be able to potentially extrapolate that the southern one connects to Sam's room, or no?
That seems very likely.
Okay. So he might throw that there, that he thinks that they connect. So if we did want to get to the other side, probably the smartest way would be to go to Sam's room, go east, and then run that shorter distance as the ball is passing. Like right after the ball is passing. I can't math in character or out of character, so I don't know if that would actually work. But the chances are better from there.
Going from south to east, I think mathematically it'd be better if we run right behind it, then would stop north, and then when the ball passes again, run behind that, then stop there.
That could work, yeah. I believe you. He's like, you could see him trying to
I sure hope I was right. I did the calculations for the past 10 minutes, and I was hoping based on the current speed and the frictionless surface that is the floor that that's how it would work. I really hope I'm right.
Tann's goat eyes cross, and he's like, "That sounds right."
I would throw out that I do think the were-rats might be more, I guess, pertinent at this particular point than. I mean, every moment that they are allowed to go about their business is being done.
That's fair.
Well, if that's the case, then let's think of on places they could have gone from the temple. One way would be down towards the 3rd floor, which is probably the closest route they could have taken from the temple. They could have retreated to their home, which is the hallway you're standing in right now, Dahrian. Or if they've gone somewhere where we haven't explored. Yet already we know that there is a base level entrance to the Tower of Mitra, which I believe was revealed to us by, I believe it was one of the individuals, the filthy one, stated such things. Perhaps if either they're hunkering down or they're getting in some place else from the tower. Those are my 2 likely options.
Yeah, the was it Minrod or something like that? Is that right? The
Something
guy's
like that.
the dirty guy. He also stated that she had gotten some eye of Mitra or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Eye of Mitra, amulet-looking thing. I think the party picked up it had sort of an eye of Agamotto. No.
Yes, that's right. How strange. Let's see, I believe you also mentioned something in particular about that. I'm trying to find where I have it written down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking our best bet to start, clear out their den, make sure they actually aren't there, and if we know they aren't there, we explore in places we have not been to, which would probably, my best guess, be down.
And we can find that Zor guy.
Sure. So from here, shortest path upwards would be the hallway you're in. That led to a area where you dealt with some giant lizards and left some kobolds behind. The longer path would be back down and around and up the stairwell, or some other way. Which way's the party headed?
Well,
I can give it.
easiest.
I can give everybody the 300-foot dark vision, and we can
Probably.
douse all the lights and go up. We would have far better vision, I'm sure, than most anything in here. We might make noise, especially with myself in the group, but at least we wouldn't be seen.
Fine with this.
Okie dokie. So up the hallway is what I'm hearing. And
And I will do the Eyes of the Night.
sounds
So
good.
everybody now has 300-foot dark vision. And that lasts for
Fancy.
an hour.
Nice, thank you.
Alright, and let's go ahead and shift our maps. As we do so, let's find the right spot on the map. Let's fix things for the audience at home. And you should find yourselves toward the northern middle of the map there. Congratulations to those who won, and apologies to those who lost, playing with their experience points out there in the chat. And let's see what we got going on here. Ba-dum. And if you could arrange yourselves in the order that you would want to be as you come back up out of that hallway, it is a little bit of a tight squeeze there, but just enough room for Bowser to squeeze their way through. Flip over to the appropriate set of information.
And we're sure that they went up.
We're luring out the possibility of them going up.
Oh.
You are sure that there are
nest.
rats up here, but so far I don't believe anybody's had a confirmation of anything. You make your way through this hallway. It's ascending the whole way. It's kind of nasty. The most common things moving through here are the rats and recent bodies that were dragged down here. As you reach towards the top, you see the electrified, I believe it was lightning bolts. I think electrified remains of some giant lizards. The air in the 40-foot wide cavern is humid, smells of animals and decay. The ceiling's about 15 foot overhead. There's an array of stalactites coming down, just a few inches long. It's not a very old cavern. There's a pile of refuse and giant lizard bodies, about 5 foot high, pushed up against the western wall. Yeah, that's what you see as you come out into that area. A couple of the rats have turned out some large eggs, which have been chewed through, and you can see the remains of the shells scattered around there.
Oh, Dahrian, while we're up here, there was some sort of specter, ghost, undead thing of a woman who came and pointed at the lizard's nest before we disintegrated them, effectively. Do you know what that would mean at all? Like, she walked over from, and like, he'll walk into the room and he'll gesture. She went from over here to over here and pointed down. I thought this would be your area of expertise.
Well, I mean, I would have to see it. You do have, ghosts, banshees, it's any manner of specter or whatever that serves a particular purpose. General hauntings. I would have to say you didn't try to communicate with it or anything?
Well, we were invisible, stealthing through a place trying to hunt for bodies, so no. We did not.
So it moved, pointed, and then disappeared?
Yeah, and like Tahir's gonna pull out his sword and just like shuffle a bit of refuse out of the way and see if there's something there.
Could I have an investigation check from you, please?
It could lead to a trap door or something.
A 17. As you sort of like shuffle about there, under the refuse and the debris, you get a little ting-ting kind of noise. There's something metal down there.
A trapdoor, maybe indeed. And then he'll start like moving some stuff, prestidigitating, clearing out like the junk.
Sure, you clear out the junk, and it reveals a fairly sizable shield. A fairly sizable bronze shield lying on the ground. It is fairly ornate. It matches the bronze armor that Blitz had taken a shine to from those skeletal guardians down there. And under that bronze shield is a curiously designed weapon a khopesh. It looks like a big curved axe blade on the outside, but on the inside, it's got a little bit of a hook, and the inside is not as sharp. So sharp outer edge, inside kind of hooked down. If you're familiar with Sly Cooper, it looks a lot like the Sly Cooper cane.
Blitz, you buy like this.
Yes. This is
I'll pick up the
Nice.
Khopesh.
Lets you kind of, that was kind of nice. As you check that out, could I get a let's call a perception check from you? It's a weapon. You're not 100% sure how to use this particular weapon. Unless you have some special ability that I don't know about to know unique weapons. Do you have something I should know about unique weapons?
Well, based on my lovely elven ancestry with certain things, if you give me at least a day, I'm sure I could learn it. Maybe someone in the past maybe has picked up one.
Could be.
'Cause I think Shadar-kai have a thing where like they can go into a trance and learn skills. That's why I have heavy crossbow as a weapon. Does it feel like a heavy weapon, like it's very forward heavy, or is it like could be wielded like finesse?
It feels special. 1d8, 3 pounds, 12.
Like a long sword.
No, it is not a finesse weapon.
That is sad.
They look cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah, Khopesh aren't neat.
And it's got
Nope.
a thing to it. Like you're like, this doesn't make sense. But so far nobody's put together what it's gonna be. You need a little more skill. Or a little more time.
do like a Smith tools check on it somehow. I don't know. Is that a thing?
Oh, I think a Smith Tools check could apply there.
Click on that. But intelligence or something? Or
Yeah, I think intelligence Smith Tools check, that seems reasonable. So you're studying it and you're looking, you're kind of working your way through the rust and that sort of thing that's kind of stuck to it, and it's the point that it's got is designed to catch, pull, disarm. So it's got a disarming trick to it, but somebody's going to need to know how to use it to get the most effect out of it.
Andry, have you used something like this before?
I don't think so.
It is not a martial weapon. It will require a special skill to use.
that's interesting.
But you have narrowed down that it's a weapon that has a disarm skill set built into it.
You see Blitz flipping open his manual. He says, I am proficient with firearms at DM's discretion.
It is not. It is not, however, a firearm.
If you don't mind, I can hold on to this tomorrow. I'll put a trance and I'll study it with a trance. Maybe I can figure something out.
This sounds like a good idea. Excuse me, sorry. Caught me off guard.
And as you're sort of yawning your way through that good idea, you're like, wow, why do I just feel like there's no air in the room? And you realize that there's just like It's heavy and misty, and you're kind of got to take that deep breath to sort of clear your lungs. And you realize that standing beside you, just like kind of looking on approvingly, is that ghostly figure that you saw before. And you sort of like turn to look, and they just sort of like woofed out.
Wait, can you tell us what it does?
Yeah. It's likely the spirit of the warrior wanting us to find his weapon.
Was it a because you said it was a woman before, right?
It was a woman. Yep.
Was it like a warrior, like a woman as a warrior, or like woman as like a noble?
I don't think you had a chance to really sort it out as you were invisibly sneaking around and them being in misty form. But I'm gonna say that maybe a quick insight check to see, like, as you sort of double took and looked over there, do you get a read?
I will try. Let's see. Oh, that's not bad. 17.
That's not bad at all. Hard to tell. Wearing the sort of flowy outfits that a lot of the folks in the caravans and out in the desert are wearing. Didn't seem like they would have any trouble at all with the shield and the khopesh in hand. Had the size and shape for that, but no real defining feature one way or the other.
That's right, it came with a shield. How did I immediately forget about that? Do the shield and the khopesh combined in any way?
Do the shield and the khopesh combine in any way? I think it would need some work to clean them up to assess that, but it seems like they might be a part of a set.
Set. I'm just kidding.
Part of a unit.
We've solved it. We
figured it out.
Campaign's over.
Blitz, you are becoming set. It's all in the bronze. It speaks to us.
The mettle. The mettle of Set.
Anyways, we're looking for where-ats?
Yeah,
Yes.
where-ats.
Sure. So as you make your way through the misty chamber into the area beyond, I think, heading down sort of this way over here.
I wouldn't mind having a quick look down here. They said that that's where the spirit came from.
Oh,
Maybe
sure.
its bones are still down there.
Taking a quick look down in that area. Several short passages slope gently down to a hollow. Organic tang of rot hangs in the humid air. There's a 2-foot carpet of chilly, clinging mist obscuring the ground. The ground is uneven. It's kind of an easy place to trip. It's got that kind of like a dry ice mist on it that kind of wisps up as you walk through it, but it's not dry ice. It's something else.
Blitz, you got any way to make wind?
I do not perform normal bodily functions.
I knew that was coming.
I'm glad that's what we got.
That was great. That's the quote of the episode. Bam, there we go.
Do not perform normal bodily functions.
So despite the inability to make wind at the moment of a sufficient quantity, you sort of shuffle your way about there. Rocks and debris under your feet, but nothing jumps out at you.
Alright, no bones.
No bones.
Carry on, I guess. Towards where Tahir is going.
Sure. Tahir, Tann, and Andry over heading a little southwest of there. On the southern wall of this curving chamber, you can see that there are several rusty chains hanging a few feet off the floor. A few of those shackled chains hold those bones that Andry was looking for.
There they are.
We were just looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah, we've been there since we went through.
Ooh, there. Now that I've scrolled down, there were kobolds that we did not mess with. I don't think we didn't. We didn't mess with the kobolds, right?
No.
Not to my knowledge. And speaking of kobolds, as you start to make your way across this chamber, you can hear the sound of their industry as they, talk and laugh amongst their trouble, each other as they pass their goods obtained from the bodies. It's only been a few hours since you last came through here, about 10-ish, if I remember properly. So you can hear a little bit of, metal rasping on metal. You can hear some hammering, tinking kind of noises, some cloth being torn, that sort of stuff.
So if we go down this way, there's going to be kobolds.
Yes, but hopefully they'll just let us pass through.
Yep. And you hear them like happily down there. Whistle while you work. Because they can't whistle.
Mitra is a jerk. Oh boy, there's the next. What did they say next? Who did they say?
As like Tahir just can't help himself and belts out, make sure he's a jerk. You're like, that was awesome. Whose idea was that? I don't know.
I did say
You know we're here.
Well, that's fine. I could be a worthy specimen in this circumstance.
Sure.
I happen to know the language of the kobolds. It's like my third language.
Mm-hmm. Andry, as you make your way around the southern of the two paths that head down in that direction, you can see, it widens out, tightens up a little bit. This pathway seems to be the way that is more often taken, whereas the passageway to the north, there was a body on the floor near a rotting wooden door.
Wait, should we check out the body?
No, I avoided that for the reason because he's dead.
But maybe he has something good on him.
Probably not.
It is interesting that even though they can bring, and they have brought people back to life, why do they leave that one body where it is by that door? That's something I was curious about. We don't have to look at it now, but it's something I was thinking about.
No, that's actually
It's right here. We should probably check it out.
I agree with Andry.
Sure.
I'll ask before I think happens. Is the door have cave beaver marks on it?
That door is in terrible shape. It got cave beavered years ago and is now rotting to the point of almost falling down. Could I get a perception check as you investigate the door from a distance? As you perceive the door from a distance, I should say.
Oh, I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
Unless someone else wants to.
I could try. If you'd like.
Well, I'm all for not going to that door for the purpose of a dead body. That's it. Not good science.
I'll
together.
I'll do it.
If he's already sprung the trap, then we should be okay.
But what if? I mean, we did that last time with a firewall, and look what happened to us.
Yeah,
it still was there.
Looks like a that probably maybe a trap was sprung and it killed this person and they fell down and then just laid there. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't all add up, but you're not sure why.
Step closer. Every fiber of my being tells me not to, but I'm gonna step closer.
Okay.
Gonna go up to this body.
Move a little closer.
Over there.
You get a little closer.
Yeah, get a little closer.
You're like just like leaning over the body, and you're like, "Oh, that's a body." and you can tell that body's like it's like got a little bit of bloat going on to it. It's got, and you're like looking at it, you're like, oh, that's not a healthy looking color. Like the skin's kind of covered in like orange little bumps, and the head's kind of all swollen up with orange little bumps. And you're like, no, wait, it's okay, That's just mold. It's just mold. It's
Okay.
orangey mold.
Gonna back away.
Orangey mold that's also rotting in the door. There's a lot of orange around you, Tann. There's a significant amount of orange here.
Fireball. I don't have fireball. Fireball. Gonna just back away.
Fireball!
Light it up. I mean, if you want to.
Hey.
Tann, you start backing away. As you start backing away, could I get a dexterity saving throw from you, please?
You got it.
Oh,
Area 16.
the light-footed hot hooves back your way out of there without disturbing any of the orangey puffballs that are sort of coating the area.
Whew, that could have been The Last of Us.
Yes.
I knew Dawson would like that one.
It was great. I wanted to say it. Damn it. Why is it one of my jokes?
Yes.
So
We
yeah,
will
down
leave
that.
that alone from now on. Yes.
Hmm. That explains it. So yeah, don't go that way. Unless.
Does anyone know what
We
the
whip.
mold does?
What it did to that body.
Well, I got that far, but I mean, like, what does it do? Does it, like, take over your mind, make you eat yourself?
It appeared that it just killed him.
I feel like
That's
maybe
selected
a
as a specimen.
nature check would help if the DM is being asked to provide information.
Yes.
The suppositions are all very good, but
Nature?
I mean, kind of eyeing it from a distance, you're like, I mean, that stuff looks like just your regular old orangey mold. I mean, it's not great to have in your house for years on end, but like, it's not gonna kill you quick, to the best of your knowledge. Should be fine.
Wasn't there a door somewhere in this place that had that on it?
So that door with the orange mold is right there. So right past that, at least this one here. Yep.
Gotcha.
So that door is kind of coated in the orange mold, and then the body's laying there, coated in the orange mold. And
Blitz, are you thinking about the mold that you guys saw in the manor house, like at the start at the bottom of those stairs? Because wasn't there like an ooze or a mold or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I
An
remember
ooze,
it being
yeah.
something like that.
Oh, it was
yeah.
an ooze. Okay, so maybe not a mold.
Or not at the bottom, not underneath the stairs, but I thought there was a door. I don't know. I might be mixing up things.
Well,
Yeah, I could be
Like that
mixing
we had
this
seen
up.
in the previous time through here. I thought we saw a door that had orange mold on it. That sounds really familiar. And we were around the time when we were first discovering the cave beavers. I thought we saw something like that.
well, and
Anyway.
a lot of danger with mold is breathing it in, and you don't breathe, right, Blitz?
Correct.
Those spores will get you.
Would like to sample some of it.
Oh, no, the mold's better than me. Come on.
Tahir, you said that you could talk to the kobolds. Maybe
Oh.
they know something about the mold.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I'll handle it.
Whisper rhymes of work. Mitra is a jerk. I don't know what rhymes. But we're singing in times, and
Do a little twerk.
and do a little twerk. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. And I'll be like, and like, I'll like grab the corner of this like wall right here and just say, "Hello," in Draconic.
Okay. Tahir's just coming around the corner. Hello, and I think maybe persuasion, performance, something like
Earth.
a.
Performance seems like a very amicable situation for this, if you let it. Hello and good morrow, my dear friends. How are we?
I mean, with a 10, they might, might have some opinions. There is a player reroll if you're not feeling confident about that 10, but 3, 2, 1, badoop. Oh, they like hello, and they sort of like look up at you and wave and like show off what they're doing, and like.
Oh, what you got there? And like he'll like walk over and like buddy up next to them. Oh, the stuff's all yours. You can take it.
Or that first set. And as they, sit down, kind of invite you over, like start showing you some of the stuff, and they've got basically, a bunch of the equipment and items from the townsfolk upstairs, as well as some previous cavern folk. So they've got a lot of cloth laid out. You can see where a lot of it has been, cut down into strips or smaller outfits to fit them. You can see a bunch of belts have been sort of chopped off and put around waists. There's a bunch of weapons put aside, regalia, sort of set aside. Now anything that looks set related, some of the paraphernalia of that is in a very careful stack just over there. But everything else is basically like, thrown around and being looted actively.
That's a mighty fine hoard you guys have collected for yourselves, no?
Yeah, we're building our hordes. We're gonna be dragons one day.
That's awesome. I love a nice kobold with big ambitions. Can never go wrong with those. Never. Anyways, I have a proposal for you. I have this disc that's behind me, and I have so many belts. Like, it needs
So wait,
to go.
they look over at the disc behind you, and while there are some belts there, there's also like a big rim of jade, correct?
But
there's
it sure
10,000 gold worth of jade on that.
It sure is.
Okay.
Because we still haven't gone back to drop it off.
They're like, oh wow, what kind of egg is that? What hatches out of a jade nest with a belt egg?
The most legendary of all the jade dragons.
Wow. What? Sure. They're like, we're, do they need any servants? We're great.
Oh, if you're up for the task, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Actually, I am looking for a favor. You see, actually, let's start beginning. What is your, like, he'll ask every single one of their names, and he's gonna make this as long as possible to drag it out.
Sure. So you have that conversation, and they introduce themselves, and you can see like they're inventing names as you go, and it seems like, oh yeah, I'm Steve, the Jade Dragon Keeper, and I'm Steve, the Jade Dragon Keeper's apprentice, and I'm Steve, the Jade Dragon Keeper's apprentice's boss, and just they're basically
So many Steves.
yeah, Steve's a strong name.
Indeed it is. And I'm glad to meet you, Steve, the assistant to the apprentice's boss for the manager of the Jade Dragon Eggs. Sister, it's such a very complex system for management. Anyways, what are your opinions on the rats in these tunnels? Are you a fan of them at all? Some of the cave beavers, like, gnaw a leg at once, and it's like, you don't like it too much?
Well, there are a lot of them, so we just
Yes.
sort of try not to get in their way. We give all of that stuff to Avala so she doesn't kill us. But, if we're gonna have a dragon, that trumps rat.
Indeed. Would you
I mean,
say
like,
it would
depending
be...
on your calendar, sometimes the rat got there ahead of time because it was riding the cat and jumped off in front of the dragon, but we start on 12th month.
Well, here's the predicament. I believe these rats are trying to eat this precious dragon egg. We cannot let this happen. Can we not?
It's
So we,
good idea putting in that leather armor that you've got there. Made of
Indeed,
belts.
it's
very
fu-
Final Fantasy.
yes, it is very well protected, but it is not enough. We need to hunt down these evil rats before their plague can spread deeper and infect us all. We cannot let this happen. We cannot let this slide.
What do we have to do to get the jade? I mean, protect the dragon.
Of course. I'm afraid I'm at a loss for myself. I honestly could really use any help I can get, and you could be rewarded handsomely. However, I do not know where they are.
The jade's right there.
The rats.
Oh,
The
they're
cave
everywhere.
beavers.
They're like
The parrots of the cave beavers.
this all rat town.
Yes, but like the matriarch and the patriarch of the cave beavers.
Oh, they
We
went
need
that
to
way.
find them.
You go that way and you leave the jade with us, and we'll keep a good eye on it for you.
Which way is that way?
Off to the west, they point.
Ah. Did they come by recently?
No.
No. Would you say an hour? How many songs have you sang in the meantime?
Um. Hour and a half? 2 hours ago?
Good. Well, you have all been wonderful, wonderful companions, and I can't let you go empty-handed. And like, he'll scoop out like a handful of like jade for that of his share, and it's like, you've well earned this, and like he'll drop like 400 golds worth of jewels and stuff.
Well, no, we'll take care of the egg for you. We'll just make the whole nest right here, make it real pretty. We'll fang it straight up for you.
Alas, but can't truly leave the platform it's on without my permission. It is the curse I must bear.
Right, seems like super easy. Just give it your permission.
Nope, I can only do it a little bit at a time. But here, like he'll offer the 400 gold again. Like, huh?
But the dragon, we're gonna. And then you like go, and then you're like, oh yeah, we'll do like, and that's good. Could I just get a, let's call that one a persuasion, as the bribery becomes, hey.
Hey! Hey! Come on! Hey!
Reroll unless you're standing on it.
It's my average. Hey! Come on!
Hey.
What's
Hey.
it about?
Yeah,
Hey!
they're like, okay. We'll deploy this around here. Man, it's just a lot of that statue.
Don't worry about it. Hey, forget about it. Come on.
Yeah.
And then he'll walk back and like, hey, come on, let's go. Hey, we're going that way. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Here we go. Hey!
Yeah. So as you all sort of make your way past, or at least into the room, do any of you happen to speak Celestial?
I do.
You do.
Oh.
Dahrian, as you sort of, at least glance towards the kobold area, on the northeastern corner of the room, there is that rounded bit of that sort of glassy white stone that you saw on the area below. So this must be the continuing extension of the Tower of Mitra there. On that glowing or glassy white stone, you can see scrawled on it in probably blood the message, "Beware of hidden symbols."
Beware
of hidden symbols. Symbols as in letters, not as in clang clang.
Sure. Okay. I won't say anything at this point until we get through, and I will let everybody know that somebody wrote in Celestial, beware of hidden symbols.
Now, Andry, as you're kind of making your way along, these passageways are fairly tight. They are made to cave beaver specifications, not to Andry specifications, but it's enough that you're not super cramped. There are rats darting every which way to stay out of your path. And you can see up ahead a fairly sizable intersection. Passageway you're coming in kind of hits it coming in from the east. There's passage off to the north, off to the south, and off to the northwest. And there's a lot of chewing noises coming from up ahead. Like, there's a lot of rats eating.
That's probably not good. Anybody have a preference which way?
Which way was the munching sound?
So the most amount of the munching sound is coming from the northwest, but it's all over. It's you just hear like teeth on bones from all over the place in here. Like, these were the rats' homes, and they have just been given many, many corpses to deal with. A lot of them got brought back here, and that gnawing is happening. And, oh, Galaxian, thank you for the player reroll. I think we've got 2 in the pot at the moment. And, Andry, as you're sort of asking and having that conversation, could I get whoever is going to be in the lead to give me a perception check? And any other skills that party folks would like to be deploying. Andry, away to the south, you're sort of like poking your head out like anybody got a preference, and then you see like a humanoid figure to the south. You go to just like lean back so they don't see you like obviously sticking your nose out, and then it registers a second or two later, no, not a humanoid. Scarecrow, mannequin, training dummy, some sort of thing like that. In that kind of open area to the south of you.
I'll look for hidden symbols.
No hidden symbols at the moment. Just a humanoid dummy.
Should we check it out?
Wouldn't hurt.
Check it out.
The tunnel to the south here terminates in an oblong cavern. Hanging from the ceiling is a length of thick hempen rope and a battered burlap mannequin. The figure is humanoid shaped. It looks to have been stuffed with reeds or other, vegetable matter.
So weird.
Are they hitting it with a sword or claws?
Oh, I think an investigation would let you know. So you check it out, and it's been hit a lot of times. It looks as though, they're aiming for the tender bits, and there are a lot of bite marks and a lot of sword marks. This thing has been beaten, repaired, beaten, repaired, beaten, repaired. It's layers upon layers of cloth and burlap. I think you got it the right idea, though. Training dummy. But what the exact technique is, you're not going to block the heart strike by knowing exactly where it's going to be on this dummy. Batman reference.
Anything?
Just a training dummy. But,
You know what they're
I
training
haven't really
for?
practiced with my sword, so should I hit it with my sword?
And like he'll pull out the Kopesh. Go ahead, you first.
Sure. Now, Blitz, as you kind of start funneling in behind, you moved a little bit further into that western hallway. And from that
Daisy.
northwest hallway, you can hear like there's a lot of rats up there.
I hear more creatures feasting this way.
I think we found their nest.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it's best to leave him to it right now until we deal with our number 3rd goal.
And Andry, as you sort of like turn the corner around there, you can see at least one of the things that are being chewed on. The body of what looks to be an orc, or the remains of an orc, that is currently being chewed on by a fairly large number of giant rats, the size of pigs. You would guess somewhere between 5 and 15 of them are in the pile at the moment. I'm going to guess you don't just charge right in there, but what do you do? Or maybe you do.
No, I don't think we need to go in there. There's an orc in here. He's pretty dead, though. That's kind of weird. Orc hanging around these parts.
Well, no rats that way, so best to get away from the noise as possible. So where to? Do we want to go where all the crunching noises are, or north?
I think north.
I also think north.
Unless you want to blow up a bunch of rats. That seems like kind of a waste, though.
Yes. Not right now. Maybe a little later.
You handle them later. They're already pretty afraid of us, I think.
You're making your way north. You can see off to the eastern side there's an oval-shaped area, debris on the floor. Rocks, splintered wood, scraps of cloth, bones of both animals and humanoid.
Keep an eye out for hidden symbols. They could hurt us bad.
Could I have a perception as you look for hidden symbols?
Don't want that to blow us up. That would be pretty bad. Did 7.
A 7. You don't see much of anything. I mean, it's a big pile of rat debris.
I probably should have cast detect magic, but that's a problem that I have to face with now. Anyways.
I don't have anything. What I am curious, what's kind of if that represents anything? That little box.
I mean, it might, but somebody's perception was real bad.
Oh.
I mean, there's a bunch of debris and stuff in there, but somebody'd have to go in and look around.
Oh.
So we check as we go.
Do you want me to go look, Dan?
I can't. Oh.
Oh boy,
Oh.
he is just counting all that trash. Oh boy, that was a crunch. Oh my gosh, oh my.
I was
The
gonna
resident
sneak in, but
trash
that
rummager.
works.
All right. As you your way in there, could I get what are you doing while you're in there? Are you just romping?
Yeah, just rummaging through the
Oh sure,
Um,
go ahead and give
whatever
me an
it is.
investigation as you rummage about.
Rompa, rompa, rompa.
Oh,
Just a lot of trash. A lot of trash. Yeah, a lot of trash, a lot of trash, a lot of trash. Rat, lot of trash, a lot of trash. Rat, lot of trash. Rat, 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 rat. Whoa, there's a lot of rats, buddy. Like, the more you look around, the more like eyes you're seeing on you. You would say that you're probably at somewhere in the area of 30 eyes looking at you, dividing by 2. That's either 30 rats or a lot of one-eyed rats.
Alright.
How's it going in there, buddy?
Like every
Find
second that
anything
passes, there's just like 2 more little glistening black dots looking at you.
I'll, toss him one of Dahrian's treats.
You like toss a treat, like it lands. You see, this rat sort of waddle out. Wop, 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 wop. It reaches down and it picks up the treat and it starts to waddle backwards. As it waddles backwards, you can see it's got like orange undertones in the fur, and it kind of gives a little shake, and you can see like orangey dust coming off of it as it sort of makes its way back into its little hole, kind of backing back into it. Now the little treat's in the front. It's like just chewing through the treat while it's watching you.
Oh no.
Blitz will slowly produce a jar and start unscrewing the lid.
A specimen.
There's, at this point, 80 to 100 eyes looking at you. 40 to 50 rats. They're just everywhere. Like, the walls in here have got to be like Swiss cheese with as many tunnels as are now just like looking down at you from all around. It's like being in a planetarium, but bad.
It'd probably start slowly backing out. It's starting to sound a little overwhelming.
Sure, as you start to slowly kind of back out, I feel like you would probably like to not incite a riot, is I feel the mood you're going for, which I think would take maybe an animal handling sort of check.
Oh, okay.
No rat riot.
Alright, a 12. Go ahead and give me another die. I'm going to give you advantage for having given them treats. 14. Okay. You've backed your way out of there, but now around the party, as well as in that room, you can see the little noses and the eyes and the whiskers showing up in all the spots on the walls. Everywhere that you're like, that was a solid stone wall, you're like, no, that was not a solid stone wall. There's now a rat there. And they're just like doing that, can fit whole body through where skull fits thing, and just appearing like on all the little ledges above, beside, below.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's getting crowded in here.
What are we doing?
Good.
I feel like we should keep moving.
Yeah. That's I agree.
Mm-hmm. Shove.
Andry, away to the north, the area is more of an alcove, maybe 10 feet in diameter, that branches from the main passage off to the east. A pile of refuse has been pushed up against the northwest corner of the cavern. Several 3-foot-long rats poke around, searching through the refuse for that fine bit that might have been left behind by the others. They sort of look up at you and then go back to their hunting.
No
Yeah.
symbols.
No symbols.
Could I take a look at first I want to look through one of those stones we got from the map and see if I look around if there's anything.
Sure,
Just-
you hold the
yeah.
you hold the gems up to your eyes, and you gotta go by feel because they are still invisible.
Right.
Look around. No symbols found here. No indications that there's anything other than giving yourself a little bit of a eye strain.
Okay, now I'll take a look at the map that we found.
Sure.
See if there's anything written there.
Sure. So as you look at the map and you're sort of like eyeing up the passages you've walked through, they're not quite right. So this alcove wasn't there on your map. It was more of just these two tunnels off to the side. It looks like the rats dig in here, and as you're sort of like sizing everything up, you're like, oh, okay, that must have this way than that way. So the map is more of a suggestion than a reality. At least in
Okay.
these rat dug tunnels.
That makes sense. Okay.
As you're standing here, Dahrian, you can see some of the rats that were lining the walls in that other alcove have now kind of wormed their way back in through, and they're now poking their heads out near Blitz, Browser, Andry, making their way through the walls, kind of ghosting you all as you move around. There's probably 90-ish rats all moving around you now. 180 or so eyes.
It's a lot of rats. It's a lot of rats. Should we explore this zone since we're here?
Yeah.
I'll take a look. Hi, there I am. Maybe I'll take a look down this way. I'll keep a. Sorry, Blitz. I'll keep a lookout for orange coloring.
Sure, I'd say maybe a perception on that one.
Sure. Oh. That's fine.
So the good news is you don't see any. The bad news is I think you just keep getting yourself distracted. Let's see what you might be distracted by. Would you be so kind as to... Oh, nope, that one's actually obvious. So as you are kind of coming around that far end of that gap, and you see a little northern break, you can kind of look back to see where those rats that Andry is keeping an eye on are over here. And you can see amongst the things a leather belt with a metal snakehead clasp and studded with an amethyst in the eye of the serpent.
A gift for Blitz.
It's in the pile, and the rats are chewing around it, but that belt hasn't been affected yet. Perhaps it's because, that's the less important of morsels, or other reasons. But that's like right underneath the rats. Like,
okay. And like over, like in this
up
area over here?
Yeah, up over here. So I think
Where?
what you were doing is when you were looking around for the orange stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I just realized I'm on the wrong layer.
Okay.
When you were looking around for the orange stuff, you were like, ooh, belt. And that just drove any other thought from your mind at the moment.
That checks out. Huh. Well, that's a cool thing.
What?
feel like we'll be attacked if we try to take it. The belt. He'll like kind of motion towards the corpse with the belt. It's a corpse, right? You said a corpse.
It's a pile of stuff,
Do you want
amongst
to
which
try
is a
and-
belt and some meat.
Well, we can never go wrong with more belts, of course. Do we
That's
want to try
true.
luring them away?
Try to lure them away.
I can cast some magic to make them smell something they like. What do rats like?
They seem to
I
like.
got it.
Oh,
I got it.
cheese.
You speak it. Ooh!
Where's that
I
mice?
will find out in a moment. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation. Like right there. To have the smell of the most foul, disgusting, horrible, moldy, maggot, rotten, this nastiness, cheesy corpse nonsense
Oh,
you could possibly, like, the most foul stink ever.
Okay.
Got I didn't like cheesy corpse.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Let's see if the animals have a response to that. I will say let's go animal handling as you are trying to either intimidate or entice the animals. I'm not
It's
entirely
enticing
sure.
in
Enticing.
every capacity. Who wouldn't want to eat this?
I mean, I'm not sure that the rats really do, but we'll go ahead and find out. As this is going on, Andry, Dahrian, Blitz, anything coming from your side of things?
Well, I was thinking that we could just use like regular food.
Yeah, I do have some food that I can provide. I've got a couple of.
Yes, but that would probably make more rats follow us, which is what we totally don't want at this current circumstance.
They're
No,
already
that's true.
following us, so
Yes, because no one gave them food.
So I think I'm hearing maybe Andry, Dahrian are throwing a little real food. Tahir's giving a scent of food, and those rats do start to migrate over towards it. But yeah, there's a lot of rats, and the thing that's maybe even more worrying, with 90 to 100 of them now staring at you, you're still hearing all that sound of chewing. This isn't all of them. There's still plenty out there gnawing their way through stuff.
And these are all normal sized rats, correct?
No.
Some of them.
Some of them are normal-sized rats. The majority
Okay.
of them are bigger than normal. Some of them are giant, and some of them look weirdly bloated and covered in orange mold. And they're all just poking their heads in and out, and it's kind of hard to keep track and get a count. I'd say maybe if you want to give me a perception there, Dahrian, you could try and get a handle on what the real numbers are. 17's pretty good. There's probably a good 15 to 20 giant rats that are moving about in this immediate area. There's probably 50 or 60 normal-sized or possibly young giant rats moving about, and then every once in a while you catch sight of one of those cave beavers just like peeking around the corner and then ducking back out. There's maybe only one or two of those that you've spotted here so far.
And those are the were-rat babies.
Those
right?
are the ratlings. Cave beavers are ratlings.
So these rats have moved away.
Those rats have now moved away.
Alright, I will try and go and grab the belt.
Sure, you head over and you reach down, and can I get a dexterity check from you, please?
I was thinking sleight of hand.
I'll
that
take
okay?
sleight of hand. That'll work.
Alright, because I have advantage for that, so.
Ooh, very nice. Why do you have advantage for sleight of hand?
Rune Knight kind of thing.
Oh, fancy. Who knew they were gamblers? At 11, though, You get down there, you wait till the rats, you give a little yankety yank, and good news, bad news, the belt is still attached to something, and that something is a suit of armor. So you kind of give a tug, and you're like, oh, it's still attached to, something. It's gonna take a couple of minutes maybe to really get things untangled, or you could just take a fairly significant chunk of the pile with you. Would you like to take a chunk of the pile with you, or would you like to finesse it a bit more?
I'll finesse it some more.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another sleight of hand if you would. Pair of 13s. That is good enough. You get the belt undone. There's stuff in there. You heard it chime against other metal and rattle a little bit, but you were just concerned with getting the belt out at the moment. But that pile's got stuff.
I'm feeling greedy, guys.
Why? We already have the prized possession we're after.
But there's more here.
More belts?
More stuff.
I mean, you glance over and you can see, like a little bit of like a silver chain, maybe a necklace, or otherwise known as the belt for your neck.
And this is
exactly
all
what it
on
is.
one body?
No, it's just all in this pile of meat and other things. It's a big pile where rats put potential food for later use that slowly gets smaller when the food goes away and leaves other things behind. So, I think it's an offal pile, or...
Ugh.
We're going to need a bigger disc.
You said it.
We're gonna need to make a stop off at the camp.
And so, as we're sort of checking that out, are we going back in the pile? If
Yeah.
so, I think an investigation is what I would need there.
Help him.
Super good at
Oh, he doesn't need
super
it.
good at
Oh, nice.
18's
investigation.
pretty good. So you start to kind of dig through, and the first thing you kind of do is size up the pile. How long is this going to take? Okay, you're probably going to need to spend 10 minutes to get out all the stuff. Because you can see there's some coins over there. You saw that bit of silver over there. There's some bronzy bits over there. I think that's brass. You're not sure what that thing's made of. But there's stuff scattered about here. Spending 10 minutes in here, though, are you going to do that?
Does Blitz will help?
Okay, that would cut down the time.
All
That would
right.
take us down to 5.
Sure.
So, and Bowser's, of course, I'll help. So, those things happen. But as you're doing that, and everybody's kind of keeping an eye and keeping the cheese smell up, I need someone to roll me a fateful D6. A 1 on that means the cheese smell wasn't cheesy enough, and maybe the rats have noticed you playing in the food pile.
Damn it!
Oh no!
Oh,
Chris got it in there too soon. And so, what you notice, you've been keeping an eye on him while Andry's working. Blitz and Bowser, like the rats are working their way through your delicious muffins, and then they sort of look over at the meat pile like, I'd like something savory right about. Hey. And I think we're going to be probably rolling into initiative. Since it is about 10 o'clock, 10:30 I meant, we'll take our 5-minute break as I set up for that. If you guys would arrange yourselves in about the order that you are before we take our break, and then we will come back to see what happens when you piss off the rat food pile. Thanks everybody, and we'll be back in just a minute. And we will be fading. They can hear us. They can hear us. They can't hear us. And they can hear us. And hey, welcome back, everybody. Let's get that BRB out of the way. And as we're coming back, we are diving back into a bit of combat. The party lured several of the rats away from a big pile of goodies so that it could be looted, but got a little too greedy and the rats noticed. So if each of the party members could go ahead and click themselves into the turn order. Go ahead and roll yourself for initiative. Now, the rats on the map at the moment represent groups of them, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 5 at the moment. They are mostly clustered around where Tann was, which is where the food had been thrown and the cheese had been. There were a few that were hanging out and about, and these are the ones that look like they are in combat effectively at the moment. Now, there's still lots of rats up in the walls, but a lot of them are ducking back into the walls to make their way down so they can get over to you. So there's probably more rats coming, unless you do something to deal with that situation of some sort. And that's where we're going to turn it over to the party and figure out what they're doing. I see Andry, Tann, Tahir, Blitz, and Dahrian on the turn order. Let's go ahead and sort that in. And Blitz is the only one who's going to get to react before the rats start to act. So, Blitz, as you and Bowser are digging through the pile, you glance over, you look right in the beady eyes of the rats who are saying like, that's our food, and then they just start to come down at you. What are you doing?
Oh. That's the sound of the rats, I guess. Oh, yeah, gonna charge right over. You've thwarted my web, I see, with this setup here.
They're just everywhere. But you charge right over, and there's a pile of about 5 rats right there around Tann. What are you doing?
Just gonna start walloping, playing golf with the little rats. Oh.
13 is gonna hit. 9 points is gonna take out one of the rats.
Oh, like one of that.
One of that pile. Yep.
Okay. I'll keep swatting.
Okay, sure.
4.
14 is gonna hit. 10 is gonna take out another of the rats down to 3. 9 is gonna miss.
Oh, all right. He's just thrashing around with his tail and he's missing. And I guess that's good.
As that is going to come around to ratty time. Ratties, we're going to take care of the ones that are on just being assaulted by Blitz. 3 rats in the pile. They are going to attack. 2 of them bite at you, Blitz. 1, 2. They have pack tactics, so advantage. And so that's a 24 for 4, a 23 for 6. The first one would have had advantage and disadvantage cancel out because of Bowser being defensive, but still critting it for there. And then one of them with a little bit of orange fluff on them is going to try and bite you too. Blitz, a 20. Does a 20 hit?
That's the first one to miss. Yeah.
20 misses. Okay, good one to miss. That was the diseased one. Tann.
And then if I react with the blinding staff, would it blind the single rat that hit me, I guess? Or would it
would blind the rat that hit you. So go ahead and if you would like to, you certainly may.
Yeah, go for it. It's a Constitution save on the part of the rat.
You got it. Constitution save on the part of the rat. One of these guys was the one that hit you. And it's going to come in with a 3. So 1 blind. Got it. Tann, you've got 2 piles of rats coming at you. So that is going to be a total of 8 bites coming your way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the number I'm trying to hit?
16.
16.
I saw 1 definitely.
Crit for 8. 20 for 4. And an 18 for 6. So 18 points of damage if I did my math properly. And then 2 diseased chomps. 1, 2. A 23 and a 22. Could I have
Ooh.
a pair of DC 10 Constitution saving throws? You'd probably like to pass both of those.
You got it. Let me write down that 18 so I remember to detect that. Like, there's so many numbers. Okay, 18. You said, sorry, Constitution?
Yep, two Constitution saving throws. You'd like to do 10 or better.
You got it.
18's better than 10. A 7's not, though.
Reroll.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna use a reroll.
Alrighty.
What?
7 is still not better.
Okay.
Tann, I don't remember for your specialty race. You're not immune to disease, are you? Dhampir?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I'll double check.
You may
I want to say no.
regain hit points, except by magical means.
Okay.
And you took another 7 from the bite for the 2 diseased ones. That's going to bring us down to Tahir
Gotcha.
and Dahrian. Tahir, you've got some rat chomps coming your way. 4 normal chomps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 diseased chomp. And armor class to hit?
16.
16. 5 plus 3 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. And can I get a DC 10 con save? You are not diseased. Dahrian, we got some rat chomps coming your way. 1, 2, 3, 4 there.
Those are misses.
All misses. And a diseasey chomp. 20 there.
That is a miss.
Is a miss. Well evaded. That is all of my rats. And one more jumps in to help the pile with the blind one. But that's all we got for the moment. Dahrian, what are you doing?
Okay. I unfortunately only have first level spells, but seeing this carnage that just kind of took place, I gonna cast sleep,
Oh,
centered right here, kind of
sounds
at
good.
my corner.
Yep.
I think that gets all of them. So, come on, high number. No, crud.
Wow.
2, 3, 2, 1, 4.
Oh.
Not a high number, but it is enough to put down 2 of them. 2 of the rats start snoring. Unfortunately, it's not the orange-covered one, who seems like a little bit sterner stuff. But 2 of the regular rats.
Hero to a 0. Right there. Bang. All right. Yep, I am. Hold on. Let me check one thing.
I was doing sound effects for the rats chewing. You can hear that? I don't know. He's like
Yeah.
chewing on the bone right next to me.
I am going to bonus action Steps of the Night and take to the air.
Sounds good. Not a lot of height in here. These are the kind of the rat tunnels, so they're a bit close, but you can certainly pick up some mobility that way. But you'd be hard pressed to get out of their reach.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Tann, what might we be doing?
Tann will. Yes. 15-foot cube would be.
3 squares.
Okay. Just want to make. Just want to make sure. Yes. Okay. Perfect. I'll risk the. Could I squish back against this wall? With I'm fine with the opportunity attack, if that's an issue, but I don't know. Is that enough room for me to squish back a little bit?
You want to get all these rats into that cube. Yes, so that will get you some opportunity attacks coming in. So a full 4 set as they try and take their chomps as you start to get ready to mass destroy things. Tann, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 more of the big boy bites. I think you
Okay,
said a 16?
Yeah, so I think one of them hit.
No, the
Right?
attack with advantage, pack tactics, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So 18 for 6, 17 for 3, and that'll do it. So 9 total.
Okay.
But then you do something scary.
Hopefully. I would like to cast. Let's go scary. You know what? Why not? Let's go scary. Because I'm kind of low on my other spell slots, so might as well go big. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave
Okie dokie.
at
Ooh.
3rd level.
Thunder Wave at 3rd level. It rolled twice for you, so we'll take the first roll. I don't know why it went twice.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
But, and I appreciate you rolling high enough that I don't have to roll saving throws, because that just rolls out and just 15 rats bounce off the walls, hit the ground, and are gone. This area is currently clear of raticuses. Tann,
Nice.
anything else?
I feel like I might have the plague. Otherwise, I'm okay.
Tahir, things just went boom down here. What are you doing?
I could also make things go boom. But that's also a very high level spell slot that I don't want to use. I have a flaming sword of justice and greatness. I'm gonna, use it.
Okie dokie.
Green flame blade. Fire sword. Where is my weapons? There it is. Bam! Fire sword!
Fire sword works.
This rat is gonna get annihilated. Bam!
Annihilated 1 rat, probably its buddy too.
Here's its buddy. Bam!
Oh, not its buddy.
Damn it! Rolled a 1. You fiend! I will stab the diseased one because that looks nasty. I don't want that orange stuff. Gross.
Ooh,
Ba-
10's not gonna hit.
Ah, you bastard! You wily little scamp!
There is a player reroll.
I'm not using it. No.
Okie dokie. To hear anything else?
Nah.
All right, Andry.
You guys got these. I'll come down and help Dahrian.
Okay,
And I would like to attack any ones that look orange.
you got it. $23 is gonna hit. That's a super dead one. 20's gonna hit. Very super dead too. Dahrian's got 1 awake and 2 sleeping attacking him at the moment. Andry, anything else?
No, that's it.
You got it. Over to Blitz. Blitz, those rats are just gone. What are you gonna do?
Can't really fit in there. Huh. Like those guys kind of blocking everything over here. Oh, well, maybe Bowser could wait, and then I'll hop off and go here.
Sure.
And then smack the orange rat with a couple of staff.
Okay, yeah.
If there are any orange ones left, I mean.
21's got it. 6. Still standing.
Oh, wow. Alright. Yeah.
Sorry. No,
Yeah,
you hit it twice. I missed the first one. Yeah, so 6 damages it. Another 6 kills it. No more orange rats around. At the moment.
Excellent. Alright. And then, Bowser can actually, I guess he could run straight through, huh? And then get that one. But he's gonna have to squeeze, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He would run out of movement before he got there.
Oh, would he? Okay. There we go. All right, cool.
What, he's 30-foot movement or 40-foot movement?
30.
Yeah, he'd run in a movement.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't even counting, to be honest. I just thought it was short enough. Yeah, you're right. Cool.
You got
That's
it.
good.
That's going to bring up some mices. One mouse tries to attack Dahrian. Standard mouse bite. 16 is going to miss. No pack tactics from him because his friends are far away. Down in Tahir land, we're going to have a couple of ratty bites. We're going to have a 1, 2, 3 down there. 23 and a 21.
Yep.
4 and 6 is 10, and then
Well, is that 19 from the first one, or is that from something else?
19 for the first one. Does 19 hit?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. 4 plus 4 plus 6, 14 points of damage there. And Tann, how you doing?
I'm doing.
That's good. A rat just like right on the ground in front of you.
Ah! He screams a little bit.
Dahrian, what are we up to?
I will go ahead and attack the one that is in front of me.
You got it. 20's gonna hit. 8 will do it, plus the 3 more will do it even more. You are down to 2 sleepers in front of you.
Alright. Very good. That is, I believe, it.
Sounds good. Tann. You got a rat looking up, he's like, I'm gonna bite you.
He looks at him and goes, I'm gonna bite you back. And he's gonna bite, but instead of a bite, it's a shocking grasp. Oh, I missed.
9 misses.
Man, I was really hoping that would land.
I totally bit him. Like, actually bit him.
I mean, I technically can.
It's a thing, but
You got
not with
it.
the 9.
Nope. Is this...
Got rerolls.
Got reroll.
Do I use a reroll on a cantrip? I don't know. No, I'll be responsible.
Okie dokie. Tahir, what are we doing?
I'm gonna murder some rats. I'm just gonna make the way for the group. Doop-a-doop, please help. I'm getting destroyed by rats. And I don't want to use anything. I'm just gonna use a sword that's on fire. Bam!
That'll hit. That'll kill.
The flame hops to the next one that's next to it. Bam!
Also kill.
I got one more sword.
Not.
Damn it!
No.
Why? Just stay still. I'm worthy of a specific. Come on.
2 rats are still paying attention to Tahir as Andry comes up. Andry, you got 2 sleepy rats next to you and 2 fighting with Tahir. What are we doing?
I'll move over to here,
Okie dokie.
and I'll slash at them.
19's a good number. 16 is definitely a dead rat. 20's a good number. 9's another good rat. Andry, anything else for you?
Nope. I don't think so.
Okay. Blitz, what do we got?
One more staff strikies.
More staff strickies. These are sleeping rats now, so you got 2 asleep and 1 awake, so you have advantage, but you hit him anyway and killed 1. You have another sleeper to go, or the one over by Tahir. Or Tann, sorry.
Yeah. If these are asleep, I would go to an awake one and try to help. Let's see. Oops.
Sure.
I heard Tahir was asking for help, I think, huh?
No, Tahir's clear. Tann's the only one with a
Tahir's
rat
clear.
left.
Whoopsie daisy. Sorry, I was dealing with my dog and missed a little bit. There we go.
Not a problem.
Strike through.
Strike.
Oh.
Right.
Strike 2.
11 is a strike. Yeah, we'll miss.
Azra, squeeze up in there.
Sure. He will be at disadvantage, but he can try it. I gotta ask you to roll it again because he's at disadvantage. That's alright.
Oh, whoops.
Because he is squeezing. Oh, 21's still good, and 8 is enough. That'll get rid of the rat in front of Tann. So we are down to just a sleepy rat, Blitz. Anything else?
No.
Alrighty. As Sleepy Rat sleeps, more rats do pour out of places. 6 more rats drop down. These will drop down near Andry. Andry, wriggling out of the wall near you and Tahir, a half-dozen rats show up. Dahrian, what are you doing?
There's 2 sleeping ones here.
One sleeping, one next to you.
Well, I suppose under the circumstances, I'll kill that one. And
Definite hit. Yep. Gone.
and move down here to help out.
Sounds good. Tann, what are we up to?
Tann is gonna shuffle on past. Thanks, buddy. Give him a little tap on the shoulder. Head down over here, and I guess he's gonna shoot the rat pile.
Okay.
Yeah, seems about right. Let's do Toll of the Dead. Let's see. Is that group missing hit points?
No, that's a full set of 6.
Okay. I might change my mind and go Fireball.
Okay, sounds good. 22 is gonna hit.
Cool.
10 is 1 down.
Phew. Nice. He's gonna remain at a distance.
Sounds good. Tahir. Can I have
fire
for-
sword.
Can I
Please
have,
go ahead.
before you do that, a perception check?
Sure. I have a fire sword. I'm very good at what I do, I promise.
Oh, that's not a very good perception check. You do not notice anything.
I've got a fire sword. I'm good at using it. I swear.
That's a good fire sword. That's also a good fire sword.
The fire jumps to the next rat and does that.
It does that. Okay, we're down to 2 rats.
I can attack twice. Bam.
Oh, that's another good hit.
I hit it.
And
Damn
that's-
it.
It's still a rat. Tahir, as your turn comes to a close and the fiery swords come out, you hear a pair of voices call out, "Drop." And as they do, Andry, could I have a pair of wisdom saving throws you would like to do better than a 13?
Oh, that's not good.
But you have a super cool ring? Or a super cool sword
No.
that does stuff?
Or that gives me advantage.
"21's pretty good. An 11, however, is not higher than a 13. There's
Reroll.
1 player reroll if you'd like it.
Use it.
An 18 is not higher, is higher than a 13. And you are not compelled to obey their command. From the south, you could hear those 2 voices called out, and hiding behind either side of the wall there, you spot the figures of the acolytes.
All right.
Andry, it is your turn. There is a rat in front of you, and 2 acolytes down south, whose tokens are fighting with me right now, but I will have them there in a moment. What you doing?
I guess I'll take care of the rats first.
That seems a reasonable thing to do. 16 will hit a rat. 16 will completely destroy the rat. That was already a dead rat, but I mean, you can keep hitting it if you really feel like it.
Oh, he's dead?
Yep.
I thought there was 2.
Oh, no, there is 2. You're right. I'm sorry. That's right. Tahir couldn't finish the job. So, the second one will completely be obliterated. And good to go. Now what?
I will dash forward.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We've been looking for you two. And that'll be it for me.
You got it. As you do that, Blitz, what might you be doing?
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dang.
This rat is no longer here. He's just my placeholder at the moment.
I go. I'm trying to. I can almost, I think, make it to these jerks.
I can almost touch it.
So there's 30 movement, and then 5. Wait. 5. 20, 25. Oh, yeah. With it, can I make that would be 30. Can I squeeze there? Just Blitz only, not Bowser.
Oh yeah, Blitz. Yep.
All right, bam. So ran half of that, and then Misty Step the other half,
Okay.
and packing some wallops for Hissa.
You got it.
Aw.
An
Run all the way over
11
here
will
for
not
nothing.
hit Hissa. A 16 will hit Hissa. 7
very
points of damage. Hissa is still standing.
And then Buzzer will come closer, but he can't make it nearly that far. But I could move him while you do other stuff if you want.
You got it. And that is going to bring up... What did you just do?
I just moving Bowser down.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, got a message on my screen that I didn't recognize. Blitz is moving. That's going to bring up the bad guy's turn. The bad guys at this point happen to be Irfan and Hissa. Irfan and Hissa would very, very much like for you to obey. Andry, Irfan will first try commanding you once more. Drop. Can I get a wisdom saving throw, please? DC is 13. 21. Hissa's like, drop, please?
Just mean that I'd start punching with my fists.
Oh.
I do need one more wisdom saving throw, Andry. 13 or better. Oh, damn. Dahrian, what do we got? Oh, excuse me. Forgot a thing. Andry and Blitz joining the fray are 3 more rats. Ba-dook. And now, Dahrian, what are we doing?
Okay, have any of them been hit? Right.
No.
Hissa has.
Hissa has. Sorry. Hissa's been hit. Irfan is fine. The 3 rats are fresh.
All right. Hissa.
Yes. Oh.
Toe the dead.
Oh, not enough. Is going to take the damage. 13 points of necrotic. Hissa does not look like she can handle much more of this.
And I've just sidestep
Sounds
Still
good.
a hiss of fit.
Tann, what do we got?
Anne is going to just triple check measurements here. Oh, that could work. I might need to scoot about here to actually see them, though.
Okay.
I am going to cast another firebolt.
Fire. Who are we aiming at?
Sorry, Hisa.
13 is going to hit the Hisa.
Cool.
And how much damage is that going to do? 7 would end. That's a lot more than 7. No more Hisa.
And that's it for me?
Anything else? Tahir, what do we got?
You mentioned something big needs to have these rats just scamper off. Well, rats don't need to scamper off if there is no more rats. Fireball.
Oh. Please roll a fireball.
Or everything in, let's say, just everything within, let's say, this just area here. It's fireball range.
Could survive. Oh, does survive. So that's 13 points there. No more rats. Lots of scorched rat bodies. From the kobold there, you hear like, "Hey, cut it out!" And Tahir, yeah, like the walls are now scorched clean. There's lots of rats, but not in this area anymore.
I will use my movement. I think Andry's in the way. Can't get it closer than that. That's it.
Okay. Andry.
I will move down.
Where you going? Get back there.
Andres, where are you going?
Get back
Come
there.
back.
Just juggernauted through the wall.
We get a break for it. Oh, that's pretty big. That's enough. Irfan falls.
That was easier than I thought it'd be.
We just got a big fireball. What you doing from here, Andry?
Are there any other rats around?
None that are big enough to be worth threatening.
Probably not around me because he scorched this whole area.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reach down and I'll grab one of the rats and bite off its head.
All right. So as Andry Ozzy Osbourne's the rat, I do get to bring us out of turn order. There are more rats, but they cannot manage to gather in enough numbers to be a threat to you once more. And things quiet down. They scuttle off. They're still around. There's still lots of them, but the big fighters got taken out. So, they'll need some time to regroup. During that time, party, what might you be doing?
We're burning these, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Loot them, then burn them.
You got it. They have the regalia of obviously sarcastically done Mitra's wear over top of artifacts of Set. So as you get close and you actually get a chance to inspect what they're wearing, everything is done mockingly for the garb that they had of Mitra's order, whereas beneath it, they've got actual holy symbols of Set and things of that nature. I'll get you the details on that and other such things. What else might we be doing? And then Floosh.
Finish digging through that thing we were doing. when the rats attack.
Yeah.
Let's also keep an ear out. If they're here, the were-rats are not too far behind.
Sounds good.
You look like shit, Tann.
I feel like shit. A little bit. I mean, I could be worse. But yeah, I'm pretty close to shit. I'm half the horse I used to be. I mean goat. What am I?
It's complicated. It's complicated. So, a little more time spent in the refuse pile. You do dig out a bit more stuff. Some silver chain, a bronze figurine of a griffin, a pendant made of brass and some alloy that you don't immediately recognize, armor and such things. You continue digging about, and up here, now that you have cleared out the rats, you do discover what looks to be a locked iron chest or case or container of some sort, but it looks as though it's rusted shut at this point. You'd probably have to spend a reasonable amount of time with tools if you wanted to be careful, kind of filing away to get it to open back up, or a reasonably quick amount of time with blunt force, kind of as you would choose to go there. Beyond
So we
that,
could toss it next to the other box like that.
They
don't
throw it on the pile.
yeah, yeah, we got 2 boxes to pile through.
Sure. Onto the pile it goes. What else might the party be doing?
We gotta search the rest of this tunnel maze.
I think so.
Yes.
And we know about that secret door there, huh? Because of the
You
map.
do. That is mapped.
Yeah, so I guess there.
Yeah, they're probably hiding up there. If we go through the secret door, they won't be expecting us. We can rush them.
I agree with that.
Sure. You head up in that direction. Hallways ahead. As you reach that area, you can see that there is a secret door. It mimics the tunnel's natural curve and walls, but you know where to go. You give a few pokes and a shove, and it moves. The corridor has a number of dog-sized rats that are moving away from you rather quickly. You can see that the floor has the glint of several coins. Looks as though maybe silver has been scattered about here and there.
They wouldn't like the silver, right?
Likely not.
Does it seem like it was scattered about in an attempt to cover the area so that someone couldn't walk without touching it? That type of thing? Or is it just like a haphazardly?
Let's go with, give me an insight on that one. What is this? You're not seeing anything to it other than bling. It's just there to, make the area sparkle. Now, Andry, as you kind of head into that area and you are watching the rats, you can see off to the west-hand side, there is another secret door or hidden area just over here. Reveal a bit of the S. Now, that's closed at the moment. If you wanted to open it, you'd have to, apply some effort.
All right, I will open the door.
Sure. Shriek. Badunk. S means special stuff. Unlike most of the other areas in this section of the underground, this chamber has finished walls and a flagstone floor. Ceiling overhead is about 10 foot, nicely finished. In the center of the room, a pile of dirty pillows.
Looks like somebody's bedchamber.
Bedchamber / nest / love shack.
And they're not here.
They do not appear to be, no. As far as sneaking up on people, just as a general DM to player tip, maybe not Thunder Wave Fireball combinations, well, just before sneaking.
I was in danger.
I don't question that. I just, reminding you of the things that led up to your sneak attempt.
Well, I mean, we didn't run into him on the way in. So maybe they went this direction. West. That's the direction I was trying to think of. West south.
West south. And
I
as,
will.
Good.
I will fly that way, and with my 300-foot dark vision, I'll be watching the various directions that I can see.
Sure. As you start scouting around those areas, you're basically chasing rats out of the way at this point. And, as you see the rats scamper this way, scamper that way, they're all trying to get out of your way. Eventually it'll dawn on you, I don't think that you have any way to tell which one of them might be the were-rats. Does anybody have a way that I don't know about?
I can moonbeam them.
I could, if I had that spell.
I mean, I'm willing to give you the 1d100 on that one, but otherwise...
You know what?
The redemption arc.
I will do my channel divinity.
Okay.
To harness divine power as a bonus action.
Okay.
That gives me a 2nd level spell. It gives me a 2nd level spell back. And I will cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
And just start running it over the
got
rats.
It. So that will allow you to now exclude the area. So between magic spells, etc., running the moonbeam through, you're able to basically rush your way through most of this area. A couple of rats get fried in the process. Most have the good sense to stay out of your way. But no, it looks like they are not here at the moment. So you run your way through there. You've decimated the rat hordes. But the 2 were-rats of Allah and Sinistar are not to be found here in the Warrens.
Damn.
And with that, we're going to start bringing it to our wrap-up event. I'm just going to skim through the other areas and make sure I didn't miss anything. Major Warren with a whole ton of rats in it. You would have dealt with most of those rats already being called over. The entrance to the cellar of the manor house, you know where that is. The doors where you discovered the cave beavers, you have managed that part. And I believe that is just about all the things that you would find. Could I have from the party to represent the loot searching that you're all doing as you're rolling around? Let's go with everybody give me an investigation. I would like to see a 20 from one of you. I would like to see a nat 20 from one of you. So we'll give a 1 in 4 chance to this one. Investigation. That's the opposite of what we're going for there, Tommy.
Yes.
Do we have any rerolls?
We do.
Do we have any rerolls? We have one reroll if somebody would like to try a redemption roll.
Yeah.
I vote Tahir.
Here.
I mean...
Oh, wait. Nat 20. So I guess it doesn't matter.
20. It
could
doesn't
be
matter.
anybody. We're just
you know who
rolling
I
for a
believe
20.
deserves it? Do you know who truly deserves it?
Andry.
Is it Dahrian?
Do I do it again?
I was like, do I have to?
Oh.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That is not bad at all. We did come up with a 21 from Tahir on normal searches, but we did not happen to drop a nat 20. So among the things that you do find, buried in a pile of dung is a longsword. The crossguard of the longsword is a tangle of serpents, and the pommel is fashioned as if a serpent's head. Just looking at it, you're like, oh, this blade has done some nasty stuff. To hear as you're like, yeah, it has. You're like, that looks like the kind of thing that is gonna have a. Oh, it actually has the little flip top poison vial injector poison thing. It is a magic item. It is a long sword. It can do poison. But it looks mean.
Evil.
I also wrote evil.
I would not use it.
Oh, excuse me. I said that wrong.
Oh.
I apologize. I was thinking of a different item. This one has a neater trick. I mentioned the hilt, and then I'm like, oh, that's why. So when you're holding it, tangle of snakes up here, snake head comes down and curves around. The fangs look like they point towards your hand. If you hold the sword and smack it, you may, as a bonus action, quaff a potion that you put inside it by injecting it into the bottom of your hand.
Oh,
It will
that's
hold
nice.
a potion that you may inject into yourself as a bonus action. So you can
Oh.
quaff a potion as a bonus action if you load it into this weapon. Sorry, I was thinking of a different one. This one's that one.
And it injects it into your wrist with the snake fangs? That's
You
pretty
got
cool.
it. Bonk. Bites right in.
Dang.
But it
Is-
still looks like a mean, angry blade.
I was gonna say, is it still looks evil?
Still looks evil. I mean, it looks like I'm gonna bite you, and if you were to put poison in there, it would bite you with poison. But you could do something not poison.
Is it considered magical?
It
Or do we not
is. It is considered magical.
Okay.
I'll give you the details on that one as we break. That's the interesting thing. There's a bunch of coins that you'll find and other stuff that we'll get together with. But as we start to wrap up here, I'll start to ask, what are the plans from here? You kind of have run of the rat warren, but I don't know that you want to become king of the rats.
There's only so many places these fuckers could go. We can
I guess-
keep hunting.
Yeah. Do we keep hunting and just check out the secret areas we haven't checked out yet?
Yeah. One thing, I think we should stop
Mhm.
by
Absolutely, yes.
the other place and drop off all the stuff that we were carrying that the kobolds want.
Uh-huh.
Might be a good idea.
Like as you walk past, they just start like following along behind you.
Yeah.
And so that's where we'll wrap for this evening. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. The players have cleared a significant chunk of level 1 now. There's a couple of hidden spots left to go and take a look at. A few more things on their checklist. Avala and Sinistar waiting for the opportunity to pounce. I am very, very sad I didn't get to steal Andry's sword tonight, but I'll get it eventually. In the meanwhile, thanks everybody for hanging out. If you'd like to come and hang out with us, definitely swing by the Discord. And that is where we gather folks who would like to play games and such things. I'll probably be hopping into General 2, and there's usually something happening there each night. With the games upcoming, I know we've got some community games coming up. There might be one spot left in my tier 1, so if you want to be melted by a black dragon, I believe we still have some opportunities there. If you don't want to be melted by black dragons, we've got other opportunities coming up to play as well. And I know there's some tier 2 stuff for our level 5 and ups that is going off, run by Alex. So thanks everybody. We'll be hopping off. Any shout outs, messages, etc. from the players?
Thank you as always.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, of
thank
course.
you as always.
I'm not
Thanks
fishing
for the
for that
rerolls
one.
chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the rerolls, chat. If you
Oh,
want to throw
yeah.
a few more my way, that's always good. And if you want to start rumors or other such nonsense, that is certainly available. And Alex, if you happen to be listening in, feel free to go ahead and throw us over on a raid as I take us offline here. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.